July 19th, 1981, Sunday morning. Last night and yesterday was Holy Mother's Day of Liberation, and Francesco suggested on the way home from Orleans Beach, Cape Cod, that we go to Kirtan. I didn't mention that there was a special celebration going on, and just said, okay, that sounds nice. Kirtan was in the temple where Holy Mother's picture had been set up with flowers and candles all around. After a few songs, Francesco nudged me and said, "Ready to go?" I said, after one or two more songs. So he sighed and consented, and then Giridhari started singing a song in Bengali to Sarada Devi and Ramakrishna. About halfway through the song, I looked over at Francesco to indicate that I was ready, but his gaze was placidly fixed straight ahead. I kept turning to look at him 2 or 3 more times, but he never stopped looking straight ahead, so I figured he didn't want to be disturbed. Then, after the song ended, he looked at me and said, "Come on, let's go." When we got outside, he immediately said, "You know what happened in there? I saw her smiling during that song, and she has buck teeth." Then she started to sing the words to the song. As we drove home, he continued to say, "First I contemplated on the infinite for a long time, staring at the Om. Then, when I looked at her picture, I saw this beautiful young girl, just beautiful, and she was smiling, and her teeth protruded. Then her lips started to mouth the words to the song. Then the song ended, and I knew I wanted to get out of there then." Chuckle, chuckle. I said, "Well, spirit can manifest itself through rock, wood, a picture, and now you have proof. She was there and very pleased by all the devotion. That is the whole purpose of having these celebrations, to invoke their presence and blessings." After we crawled into bed, Francesco started singing this Italian song to the mother while I lay dozing in his arms. He sang all the words and verses as if he knew it by heart, but I knew it was just another old song deeply rooted in his past, bubbling up to the surface. After he finished, I asked him what the words meant, and as he tried to recount them and interpret them, he said, "You know, this is a song you would sing to the divine, not any human mother." And we both faded into a deep sleep. Hari Om Tat Sat Om. Tuesday, August 25th, 1981. Last night, all 3 of us slept like a baby on a cloud. I really feel lifted up into a state of grace. There was no cramping or tightening of any sort, and baby was very quiet. Now he's kicking nice and firmly. I feel he's ready to make his entrance into this world. So many people carrying us in their thoughts and prayers. Joy Ma, Jai Gopal. And then my next entry was September 3rd, 1981. Abraham was born 8 days ago on Wednesday, August 26th, 1981, at 3:49 p.m. My contractions brought me to full dilation by 2:50 p.m. and my waters broke with a gentle trickle at 2:59. Abraham was then delivered C-section, and we stayed in the hospital from Wednesday 9:45 a.m. until Tuesday 9/1/81 11 a.m. So Wednesday was August 26th, 1981. I went into the hospital at 9:45 a.m. and he was born at 3:59. So in less than 6 hours of labor, my son was born. And he came at the time that he wanted to come. He did not, his birth was not rushed because my waters had broke at 2:59 and by 3:49 he was delivered. So we had a very quick recovery, and by the time I came home, I knew how to handle, change, feed, bathe, and communicate with our man-child with confidence. It was truly an experience filled and guided by grace. Filled with and guided by grace. Hari Om Tat Sat Om Shanti Ma. My mother Renee was there in the delivery room receiving the beautiful baby once he was removed from my womb, and they, together with Francesco, they dipped him in a warm bath. The water was a bit too warm for his liking, and I looked over and I said, "Don't give him the bath if he doesn't like it." And then I said to the nurse who had wrapped him up in a blanket, I said, "Bring him here, bring him to me." And she brought him over to me, and she held his head next to my head, and I said, "Abraham, Mama's here, Daddy's here, you're here, everything is fine." And he took his little head and he was going, "Ah, ah, ah." And he quickly turned to me, and I turned to him, and our lips touched, and we bonded with a kiss. And now here are some pictures. This is my son Abhirama in the hospital with me, taking his nourishment. Mother of abundance. Beautiful, beautiful Mother of abundance, feeding her beautiful Gopala baby. And at home, this is about 3 months later, maybe just 2 months, standing out in the backfield. And that was the month of November. Then this is Christmas 2 years later. Of course, there's so many more pictures that I could share, but we're gonna move right along here. Here's Mama and Daddy and Abraham. And then, just about 3.5, 4 years, here we are up in upper state New York. There's Abraham with his mommy and daddy. Mommy and daddy at this point in time in their life had decided to do a separation, and that's why mommy's hair got cut off, is because she was trying to cut off her frustration. And this is a picture of Abraham. Beautiful, beautiful soul. Here's a picture when Abraham was just about a year old. We went down to Florida, and this was on a grassy area in front of Frank's sister's home, Nellie. And here's a silly picture of Mommy rolling on the ground with her camera in her hand, and Abraham saying, "Mommy, get up now." And so it is. Our life has always been one of fun and adventure and companionship.